Okay, Mr. Jim Munson, this one is for you. We're going to take a look through your website real fast. This is Seth Ellsworth from Site Rehab, and this is going to be a lot of fun. It shouldn't be too long, but I'm going to go through these points that I already sent you in the email. Very first thing that I think you need to pay attention to is you need to have a mobile version of your website. I would make a bet that almost half of your traffic is going to be coming from mobile-enabled cell phones, smartphones, iPhones, Droids, etc., iPads. And right now, your website is not designed to show up well on a mobile phone. And if you notice down here, we've got the little slide here. Notice how wide your website is. That's probably because of some type of a script. It could be because of the phone number script, the call tracking script that does that, but something is breaking your website so that it's too wide. Even beyond that, it's just not a mobile-friendly website that loads quickly. And that's what you want to do. When people are looking for a plumber quickly, they'll typically use their phones. They'll frequently use their phones, and they'll want the website to show up quickly and have the elements that they need, which are phone numbers, maps and directions, how to get a hold of you, how to contact you, any calls to actions, and why they should pay you and not somebody else. Basic things like that. So you don't need a full-blown website that's mobile-enabled. You need at least what we call a landing page, where people will be able to, on one page, find all the information that they need, at the very, very least. If you want to go the extra mile, you can have an entire website that's mobile enabled, and that'd be great as well. Next thing is this is probably where you're leaving the most money on the table, is that you're not capturing any information from the people that visit your website. So you're spending marketing dollars, but you are not gaining the ability to market to those people that come to your website. So on the flip side, if someone comes to your website and you have some information there that they want, or you're able to provide some value, then they will give you their name and email address, sometimes their phone number, which allows you to follow up with them and create a relationship with them. And there are some very, very powerful ways to do that, not just through email, but you can integrate text message marketing as automated follow-up along with voicemail and even postcards to create a relationship. And sometimes that won't mean a direct sale, but that will mean that that person thinks differently about your business. And that's even more powerful, because you begin to get raving fans that tell their friends, and the message spreads that Benjamin Franklin is awesome. And that's what you want. And you can do that by creating that relationship, and you can do it automated. So once you set it up, it does it for you. But you need to have it somewhere on your website. And so that's costing you money right there. That's probably one of the biggest things that I would change in a hurry. It's developing your website so that you'll be able to capture leads and information. The next thing is that you need to have an offer on your homepage. If you notice right here, this is what we call the splash in design terms. There's really no offer here, and there should be. And actually, there's no offer on the entire page. The only offer here is when I hover over specials right here, it says $130 off a water heater. Now, the big issue here is that not everybody's going to need a water heater. So I do see that you've listed a few offers here, but something needs to be present on all of these websites, or all of these splash images. And so we should be giving people reasons to come and spend money with you. And also down here at the bottom of the page, when people scroll down, there's nothing here except for this banner on the right side, or excuse me, the left side, and that gets ignored because of its placement, and it looks like a banner advertisement. And so there's really no offer that we see on the website. A good place for an offer that'll show up on every page would be right here. and that way you can keep this intact. You can put an offer up there and start driving traffic to that offer and get some leads that way. So that's something that I would fix quickly is to have an offer there. And people, they want to get a good deal. They want to get a good deal. So one of the things they'll look for, if they're coming to you and that they don't already have had an experience with Benjamin Franklin, they'll want a deal. And so we need them to get quick access to that. All right. The next piece is this up here. We've got call tracking numbers, which is awesome to prove an ROI. And the struggle here is that Google uses your phone number as a mini brand. It's like the social security number for your website or your company, and they use that. And they find it on dozens and dozens of different websites to prove that you are who you say you are. And if you don't have your main your main phone number on your website displayed prominently, that's going to hurt in SEO terms. I did notice that you have the number down here at the bottom, which is good. It's just a struggle when you don't have everything unified. So there's one thing actually a couple things that should remain consistent on all of your web properties. Your phone number needs to remain consistent. Your website domain needs to remain consistent, and your address needs to remain consistent across not just your homepage, but your Google Places page, your Yahoo, your Bing, and all of the local listing websites and social media sites like Yelp and Superpages and Merchant Circle and all those. We always want to have that same information there. You do that, you'll get a way stronger brand, and it'll actually improve your SEO even more. So it's kind of a catch-22. If you use tracking numbers like this, you'll actually get less SEO results. It sounds kind of counterintuitive, but it's true. So it's almost handicapping your SEO results. Much, much better to have an internal system to find out where your leads and sales are coming from versus doing the call tracking number. Much, much better. And that's just a training the people that answer your phones to ask the right questions to get information that leads you to be able to track the ROI for your marketing efforts. So that's important. In long-term health is important. If you still are trying to prove an ROI with SEO or whatever it is that you're spending marketing dollars on, and you'll leave it up there long enough. But as soon as you have an idea that you're at least making your money back, implement those systems internally to track the ROI, and then get the numbers and addresses consistent across all your web properties, and that'll help. That'll help a ton. All right, the next one is this right here. Everybody knows that Benjamin Franklin is the punctual plumber, and you do also have the tagline that talks about, it's if there's any delay, it's you we pay. But what does that mean? What does that mean for me, who would be a potential client? If you're Domino's, say if we're late, your pizza's free. That gives a clear idea to the customers what to expect. Now with the punctual plumber, if there's any delay, it's you we pay. What does that mean for them? Does that mean that if you don't show up when you say it, is that free? Is there a discount? Do they get a bonus? Is it a credit? What can they expect from that? And whatever that is, that would be a good thing to put right here again. I mean, that's almost kind of an offer. So you would say, as part of any of plumbing, heating, cooling, whatever it is, if you're ever late, we'll give you this much of a discount. Now, obviously, it's a little bit different because you're coming just for a simple plumbing visit that takes 5 minutes versus, repairing an entire HVAC system. That's very different. You can't say that's free, but there needs to be some added value there so that people know what that means, and that's huge. The other thing is that when on the Why Us tab right here, if we go over here to learn more, it just takes us to the About Us page, and this is just a barren wilderness of potential. There's nothing in here, and this page just doesn't look credible, and it's missing the information that you need. You can put case studies here, you can put pictures of your staff, you can put a story of how you got started. You can put a video of you guys serving your customers. You can put videos of your customers talking about how cool you guys are. You can put some social media elements in here. But why choose you is a big question, because there's tons of plumbers. So why do we choose Benjamin Franklin? We need to communicate that message. Now this right here, this image is pretty much worthless. It looks like a sink drain to me. It's kind of rusted a little bit, and the water's going down just fine. This doesn't really serve a purpose. So we want to put a purposeful image here that does the job and that contributes to your message of why choose Benjamin Franklin. All right. The other thing, back on the home page here. This is your splash. That's what we call it. It doesn't rotate quick enough. So if I'm not hovering over these links right here, it doesn't change. This should change every 15 to 20 seconds because it needs to be long enough for people to capture the image in their mind and also read the headline. And if they're interested, read below. But if they're not interested, it needs to get to the next one. It needs to get to the next slide. And especially your more valuable slides, like your specials. You definitely need them to get there. So that's important. That's an easy fix. All right. Next one here is to personalize the website a little bit. This is where you add a little bit of personality, where you put some pictures that explain more about who you are. A picture of you, yourself, Jim, and your staff, your family, that the business is locally owned and family operated. Those are important things for small town USA. And it's good for people to know that. Now the struggle here is that Benjamin Franklin is everywhere. It's a big brand, and so you need to find a way to make that brand fit the small town attitude, and you do that by personalizing it. So you can personalize it through doing some social media things, adding videos, just make it more digestible for the average person. That'll be really, really important for your long-term branding, especially. I don't know if you noticed on your blog design is struggling a little bit here. This part's just not readable, and it's not broken up very efficiently. But I do like that you are blogging or having someone blog and put fresh content up there. It's been a couple months since there's been content, but good that you have it, because most people don't even pay attention to that. The live chat. I went through the live chat with Becky, and she did a great job. I would make this even more prominent. I'd make the button even bigger so that people know it's there if you can. Sometimes those modules limit the kind of links that you have, and make sure that it says live chat offline when there's nobody there. The very, very worst thing that can come back to bite you is if it says live chat and there's nobody there. That's worse than, I can't even imagine anything worse than that. That just kills the sales process stone dead. But I was glad that Becky was there, available, and that she added some value, and I answered my questions. But if she's not there, we need to make sure that it says chat offline. That's very, very important. But it's awesome that you have the chat live module, because most people don't. It adds a whole lot of value to your website because it makes it feel like a living organism that's alive and there's real people behind it. So we don't want to trip that up by having it not say chat offline or live chat offline when there's nobody there during business hours, because Becky said that you guys do this from 8 in the morning to 6 p.m. So anytime after 6 p.m. or on the weekends, you want to make sure that it says offline. Super, super important. All right, that's what I had for you today. Hopefully that gives you a lot of value. If you do have any questions, feel free to give me a call or send me an email, and I'll answer them as best I can. Thanks, Jim. Hope you're having a good one.